Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Everyone can hear my voice? Okay. Ladies and gentlemen, may I have your attention? The webinar is about to begin. Assalamualaikum and very good morning to our respected lecturer, Mr. Zahren and fellow audience. Welcome to online health webinar conducted by Group 5. I am Nurul Najwa, will be the moderator for this wonderful webinar. Today, we are here to discuss the issue of obesity, a silent pandemic in Malaysia. To the audience, thank you for finding time and attending to this webinar. We hope all of you are staying focused for the entire discussion because we will open a Q&A session at the end of the webinar. We hope this forum will be your source of good information about your health. We have assembled here with our panels to share information. Before we start, let me define a little bit about this topic. According to our Deputy Health Minister, Datuk Dr. Nur Azmi Ghazali, 1 in 2 adults is now overweight. As for children, 30% of those aged between 5 and 13 years are obese. The definition of being overweight is having a body mass index or BMI of between 25 to 29.9 kg per m square, while for obesity, the BMI is from 30 kg per m square and above. Ladies and gentlemen, what we are going to do to overcome the obesity problem? For our webinar today, we have with us Dr. Fatini Binti Mohanna, pediatrician from Sarawak Miri Hospital, and the second panelist is dietitian Madam Turga Kobi from Upsi Health Center. The third and fourth panelists are Malaysia citizen, Mr. Lim Jun Yin, currently lives in Alor Kedah, and last but not least, Mr. Sally Stanley is currently a student at University Pendidikan Sultan Idris. Thanks for coming. So, I have my first question for Dr. Fatini. Dr. Fatini, what is actually the bad effect if someone has obesity?
Okay, thank you to our lovely moderator for the intro just now. Assalamualaikum and very good morning to our audience. The name given is Fatini Binti Mohanna, and as you know, currently I work at General Hospital Miri. Then I would like to thank you again for inviting me for this webinar, which is about obesity, a silent pandemic in Malaysia. First of all, I would like to elaborate a little bit on the definition of obesity. As we know, obesity is an excessive fat accumulation which leads to becoming a disease when fatty tissues are excessive. In the meanwhile, it will interfere with internal organs and limit physical activity and susceptibility to disease. Plus, obesity also means a person has a body mass index, aka BMI, of 30 and above like our moderator mentioned earlier. As for your information, according to a World Health Organization report released in February 2020, obesity has reached epidemic proportion worldwide, with at least 2.8 million people are dying each year as a result of being overweight or obese. So, obesity, or in other words, is overweight, has been linked to changes in the musculoskeletal system, putting overweight people at a higher risk of pain and limited range of motion. As a result of structural adaptation to extra weight, certain investigations in children and adolescents have indicated alteration in foot anatomy and plantar pressure distribution. A BMI of 30 or above has also been found to be strongly related with functional restriction in older person, according to research. This proves that a bad effect if someone has obesity will affect their movement. Next, the bad effect of obesity that we always read in the newspaper or even play on our television is it can lead to heart disease, even resulting in a poor quality of life, disability, or even early death. Obesity raises your chances of developing heart failure. Irregular heartbeats are linked to severe obesity. Specifically, this is what we call arrhythmias. It has the same meaning to heartbeat that did not normal. These arrhythmias can increase the risk of cardiac arrest by 3 times. Make a long story short, obesity surely will affect mental health, which will lead to depression. One study found that adults with excess weight had a 55% higher risk of developing depression over their lifetime compared to people that did not struggle with obesity. This effect may come from many aspects such as quality of life, white bias, aka body shaming, poor body image, and psychological issues. For the time being, I would like to elaborate on how obesity causes mental health problems from the point of body shaming. People who are overweight struggle with society unfavorable attitude about fat. This assumption and attitude that describe fat as ugly, sluggish, and undisciplined are known as weight prejudice. They can have an impact on a person's self-esteem, job prospect, and quality of healthcare they get. To sum it up, to those who have a BMI which is 30 and above, I would like to say hang in there because it is better late than never to start a healthy lifestyle. I really like this hadith narrated by Bukhari from Abu Hurairah radhiyallahu anhu from the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. He said, Allah does not bring down the disease but also brings down the cure. On the other hand, I would like to encourage everyone to start a healthy routine to avoid getting any disease. I hope this talk will inspire you to motivated to start a new chapter of being healthy. So I think that's all for now, and I will pass the next session back to our moderator. Thank you once again.
All right, a very serious impact on health. Thank you, doctor, for sharing with us. Obesity has a lot to do with our diet. Next, I want to ask Madam Turga, what are the solutions for losing weight using the diet method?
Thank you to moderator for inviting me. Very good morning. I wish to all of you thank you for having me in this morning. I'm so glad to be here. I'm one of the dietitian. My name is Turga Kobi. Without wasting our time, I would like to continue our main topic today, which is obesity, a silent pandemic in Malaysia. In my experience, I have many solutions for losing weight using diet method. First of all, I would like to explain about what is obesity. Obesity are defined as abnormal or excessive fat accumulation that present a risk to health. A body mass index BMI over 25 is considered overweight and over 30 is considered to meet all the existing during requirement by the body. A proper meal plan helps to attain ideal body weight and reduce the risk of chronic disease like diabetes and obesity. A way to lose weight by dieting is having less fast food and junk food. Having fast food and junk food is one of the most common and principal effect of the rise in obesity in an individual. Because fast food and junk food are loaded with sugar, calories, and fats that are the premium factor resulting in weight gain. So, we must have less fast food and junk food in our life to avoid negative health effects of overeating fast food in both the short and long term. Not only that, fast food contains a very high number of calories. If a person eats more calories than they burn each day, they gain weight, which may lead to obesity. In my opinion, the way to lose weight by dieting is to eat more veggies. Adding lots of veggies to your diet can also help you keep your weight in a healthy condition and help you to avoid obesity. Eating veggies can reduce risk of disease and protect your blood sugar level in a healthy range. Adding lots of veggie to your diet can also help you to keep your weight in a healthy range and keep your immune system strong. For example, vegetables are low in calories and crabs in rich in fiber, vitamins and minerals. Eating vegetable provide health benefit which is people who eat more vegetable as part of an overall health diet are likely to have a reduced risk of some chronic disease. Vegetable provided nutrients vital for health and maintaining of your body. Not only that, third way to lose weight by dieting is to increase night snacks. Decrease the night snacks. Basically, many people likes to have snacks at night. It's not healthy for our body. Why we should avoid night snacks? Because actually eating snacks at night can cause obesity. Eating late night snacks can lead to several health assets like increase in blood sugar level, heart disease, obesity, and etc. Basically, the later of eating, the less of body is preparing to sleep, which can also have adverse effect on your memory and effective for the next day. When we start to eat snacks at night, it will increase the weight over time. Avoiding late night snacks can actually help you to avoid weight gain and increase your BMI level. Surprisingly, your ability to gain or lose weight not just depend on calories intake and food quantity, but also the timing of your meals. My advice was focusing on long-term health and habits that you can stick with over time help improve your health and more likely to result in lasting weight loss. That all from me. Thank you.
Yes, thank you, Madam Turga. Food is the main factor that causes obesity. Many junk food has a high content of sugar, salt, and fat, as well the artificial flavoring that may cause low nutritional value. Next is I want to ask Mr. Lim. Mr. Lim, would you mind sharing with us another way to solve obesity from the sports aspect?
Okay, so before I start, is my voice clear? Uh,
Yeah.
okay. So thank you to the moderator for inviting me to give a talk. Before I share my views, let me to introduce myself. My name is Lim Jun Yin and I'm one of the Malaysian citizens who currently stay in Alostar, Kedah. First of all, I would like to say thank you for inviting me join this webinar in this morning. Without wasting any time, let's go through my part now. Even though I'm not as professional as the doctor and dietitian just now, but I would like to share my experiences about 3 ways to control your body weight by exercising to avoid obesity. In my opinion, the first way for you to control your body weight by exercising is by doing the cardio activities. As I know, the cardiovascular exercise is any form of activity that uses the aerobic metabolism. During the activity, oxygen is heavily involved in the cellular reaction that produce the energy necessary to sustain the activity. Your heart rate will increase and you will breathe more deeply to maximize the amount of oxygen in your blood and also help you to use more oxygen efficiently. Hence, you will feel more energized and do not get tired quickly. The example of the activities like the cardio activities like the jogging, playing badminton, basketball, cycling, and so on. They can help us to improve our heart and brain health and also the weight regulation. These exercises can help our body to burn excess calories over time while moderate to high intensity cardio burns quite a lot of calories per exercise session. Secondly, you can try to go to the gym or stay at home to work out. For example, weightlifting. So, how did it work? It's really pretty simple. Weight training can also help our body build the muscle, while muscle burns more calories than fat up around to 3 times more, according to some estimates. It doesn't end after you leave the gym or stop the workout either. Your body is still touching the calories for next around 24 to 48 hours as it works to repair our strained muscle tissues. That's known as the afterburn effect. And last but not least, you should control the frequency of your exercising activities. Even though doing a lot of exercise can help us to lose weight, but It may become harmful when you are exercising non-stop every day. Our body is not like a machine. It still needs some time to recover and be energized. So I would like to suggest that you all don't do it too much. It may harm your muscle or bones when you exercises too much. So there are three ways from my experiences to control our body weight by exercising and also to maintain our body health. It may be very difficult for the beginners, but this is good for you to stay away from obesity. And thank you so much, and I'll pass the session back to our moderator.
Thank you, Mr. Lim, for the informative solution. That was a good one. Everyone should have the right amount of exercise or do sports that match their ability to maintain their health and avoid being obese. Next is I want to ask Miss Joyce Lee. Miss Joyce Lee, may I ask what are the advantages if we don't have obesity?
All right. Thank you to the moderator. Before I start, I would like to say thank you very much for inviting me today. So, without wasting many more time, I will give my own opinion if we don't have obesity problem. So, as we know, obesity is a silent killer that most of citizens in Malaysia having it in their life. But, ladies and gentlemen, if we have a good health or we don't have a obesity, it can give us some advantages such as it can help us to be more confident with ourselves. If we have a healthy lifestyle, it can boost our confidence level. Studies indicate that confident people tend to be healthier and live longer. It could be due to the positive effects of emotions associated with confidence, happiness, optimism, and satisfactions. People who lack confidence often struggle with emotions such as uh, feeling embraced when talking in front of many people, fear, and anxiety. Plus, people who do not have an obesity problem can have their own fitness goals. Another fact that I want to share with all of you is we can having a better sleep at night. As we know, getting good sleep is incredibly important for our health. It's just important as eating a balanced, nutritious diet and exercising. On top of that, people who have enough sleep will prevent them from gaining weight. Numerous studies shows that enough sleep will decrease levels of ghrelin and increase levels of leptin. So what is ghrelin and leptin? Ghrelin is a hormone that makes us feel hungry, while leptin makes us feel full. Besides, it also gives us a lot of energy to do some activity in our daily life. So, ladies and gentlemen, if we have a better sleep, it can help us to support our healthy body weight. Finally, yet important, I should like to remind that it will make us to be getting healthier. To become a healthy person is everyone's dream. Even we have a lot of money, but we don't have a good health, it will be problem in life. So if we have a good health, it can prevent us from chronic disease. Some more key advantages of having a healthy lifestyle can be keeping the medical bills down. Based on a study, the American family physicians says health is more than the absence of disease. It is the key to living a productive and satisfying life, and people will have a much more enjoyable life. So, ladies and gentlemen, I already point out all of my opinion, and I hope all of us will practice a healthy lifestyle so that it can prevent ourselves from chronic disease. In closing, an apple a day keep the doctors away. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Joycery. Free from obesity, absolutely will live many advantages in our life. Ladies and gentlemen, now we will move to the Q&A session. Any audience who has a question can type it in the chat room. I see a few questions here. I think I would pick the first question from Mr. Tana Epi Murugaya. Would you like to suggest the obese patient how to lose weight by exercising? I think this question can be answered by Mr. Sally.
All right. So I think I can answer the question from the audience. Would you like to suggest the obese patient how to lose weight by exercising? Is this correct?
Yeah.
Okay. So in my opinion, I would like to prefer them walk around the garden or jogging track first because their height weight affects their physical movement. So try to increase the difficulty of exercising day by day. When the walking is not satisfying you anymore, try to jog. It will become better day by day. So that's my suggestion, and thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Lim, for answering the question. The next question is from Muhammad Firdaus bin Rosti. The question is, why maintaining health is important to us? I think Dr. Fatini can answer this question.
Thank you for the question from Firdaus. So for the question, I would like to answer. As a doctor, I would like to say that it can decrease our risk of getting health issues like heart disease. I hope the answer will. That's up to me.
Thank you, Doctor, for answering the question. The next question is from Mr. Muhammad Zahren Zakaria. If I put myself on a diet, how much weight do I have to lose? This question, I think, can be answered by Ms. Joycelyn.
I can hear my voice.
Clearly.
Okay, thank you. So, if I put myself on a diet, how much weight do I have to lose? So, if you have on a diet, if you put a diet, you should to lose you should to have uh you should ideal BMI. Yeah, a healthy BMI for your body based on your height and your weight. That's all for me. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Jocelyn. Okay, the last question is from Mr. Muhammad Zahrin Zakaria. Can obesity shorten life expectancy? This question, I think Madam Turga can answer.
Moderator, please, what did you tell just now? I cannot hear your voice.
Okay, sorry. I will repeat the question from Mr. Muhammad Zahren Zakaria. The question is, can obesity shorten life expectancy?
Okay. Can, because if you overweight, when you overweight, you cannot lose your weight. It's become your weight increase day by day. Is over the long term. It's smart to aim for losing 1 to 2 pounds a week. Generally, to lose 1 to 2 pounds a week, you need to burn 500 to 1000 calories more than your customer each day. Toward a low calories diet and regularly you went to physical activity and you went to do some methods to diet your weight. Thank you.
Thank you, Madam Turga. That is, I think that is the end of the Q&A session. Thank you everyone for asking. We hope from our discussion today, our community will be aware of this obesity issue as a sudden pandemic in Malaysia. We also hope we will definitely solve the problems or at least reduce the obesity level in Malaysia. Prevention is better than cure. Thank you very much to our panelists, Dr. Fatini, Madam Turga, Mr. Lim, and Ms. Joycelyn for sharing opinions and information with us. And thank you everyone for lending your ears. That's all for our topic today, and see you next week with another issue. I am Nurul Najwa, your moderator, signing off. Thank you and have a nice day.